Congressman Ron DeSantis, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Mark. How are you doing?
I'm doing very, very well. So I am broadcasting from the Florida bunker, and I get off the airplane with my beautiful wife. And Julie and I are driving down 95, and we see these Adam Putnam signs, and they're all over the damn place. I thought to myself, where does this race stand? Let me talk to my man Ron DeSantis, who I've strongly endorsed, as has Sean Hannity, as has the President of the United States, as has so many solid constitutional conservatives. Where does this stand?
Well, we're doing very, very well. Based on our numbers, we've got a strong lead. Can't take anything for granted. Any of the folks out there listening, early voting is going on right now. You can go tomorrow. You can go Saturday, Sunday. And then if you can't do it by then, Tuesday is the final primary date. So we want everyone getting out. And look, at the end of the day, Mark, what we succeeded in doing is just defining the choice for Republican primary voters between a guy like me, who's a military veteran, served in Iraq, versus Putnam, who's been in politics since he was 22 and never had a career outside of it. A guy like me, who's a principled conservative leader. And then somebody like Putnam, who was in bed with these entrenched interests, including U.S. sugar. And then, of course, I was endorsed by President Trump. He had hated Trump. Then he liked Trump. Now he's out criticizing Trump again. I guess he just can't figure out where he stands. And then when you have you and Sean and everybody coming down, the voters saw the choice. And so I think we have a chance to win a really strong victory on Tuesday. That'll help carry us into the general with a lot of momentum.
You know, Florida's one of the few remaining states that doesn't have a state income tax. There's certain unique things in Florida that are exceptional. And it's one of the reasons so many people move to Florida from the Northeast and from other parts of the country, even California. They want to come to an environment that, and I don't just mean a climate environment that's wonderful. They want to come to an environment that's pro-business, pro-individual. There's not massive regulations and massive taxes. Would you apply your conservative principles to trying to defend Florida in this respect?
Absolutely, Mark, and we have a chance to not only defend it, but make it better. We have a chance to appoint 3 conservative Supreme Court justices to replace the 3 liberal justices who have mandatory retirement. That has kind of been one of the problems with Florida, is we've had a very activist judiciary. That ends if I'm governor, and we will have a solid constitutionalist court. There will be no more judicial activism. We obviously need to do some more stuff to rein in our out-of-control litigation climate. But if you start tackling those remaining issues, you're going to have a state, I think, that's going to be number one. I think we can compete and beat Texas. And if I'm governor, you're going to see the investment come. If you have a Democrat governor who's committed to taxing and spending and regulating, we're going to blow a historic opportunity. You're not going to see the flight of capital and investment into Florida that you would if we continue and build upon the positive environment we've had under Rick Scott.
What do you say to the Republicans in Florida that are voting now in the Republican primary? They say, you know what, DeSantis has it all wrapped up. I don't really need to vote. Everything's going to be fine. What do you say to that? You know, we're seeing all over the country, and it's very annoying to me, quite frankly. It's very frustrating. You look in the 12th District of Ohio, that's a Republican district. 87% of Democrats turned out, 40% of Republicans. What do you say to pro-capitalists, less tax, less regulation, constitutional court conservatives out there to tell them, don't sit down. You got to get out and vote?
Absolutely. You can make a huge difference by coming out. The stakes are very high. We're kind of at an inflection point in Florida. We can solidify our state as the place to be, or we can go in the direction of many of these other states that have gone in the tax and spend direction. That's possible if people don't come out and vote. So people absolutely need to get out in the primary. I think I'm in great shape. At the same time, you can take nothing for granted when you're running these races. You have to run like your life depends on it. That's what we're doing. You know, we're going to be all over the state in the next few days, and have been. So please get out and vote. You can also, if you have any questions, go to rondesantis.com, and you can contact us, and we can tell you where your polling place is or whatever you need. We're here to help.
All right, Mr. Producer, let's go ahead and put that link on our website. Mr. Putnam, if you're interested in coming on the program, I do have a lot of questions for you. particularly regarding sugar. I happen to like sugar, but I don't like subsidizing it. So Ron DeSantis, we wish you all the best, and my best to your beautiful wife and family. Take care of yourself.
God bless, Mark. Thank you.
All right, you too. So voting now in Florida, right now, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, vote. Mark, what can we do? What can we do? Vote! That's what we do. Vote. Vote in the midterm elections, too. There's an easy way to stop the Democrats. Don't let them win. And to me, this is the primary issue. It's an odd midterm election. I would never say to you, vote for a moderate Republican in the House. Vote for a liberal Republican in the House. You ask your Republicans who are there now or Republicans who are running one question. Would you vote to impeach the president? If they say no, then vote for them. That's where I'm coming from right now. Why? Because I believe in the constitutional system. Because I do believe what's taking place here is a silent coup. I believe we have out of control, certain public officials out of control. And we have a meeting or a combination of events that are really, really dangerous for this society. And so you want to stop them? You have the power to stop them. Many of you don't vote in these off-year elections. You better vote like it matters. You're voting for your Constitution. That's the way I see it. You're voting for your Constitution.